Hello, everybody.
Transmission coming in, Commander. I think you're gonna want to hear this one.
Greetings, Commander Shepard. I represent a party interested in obtaining information on Cerberus activities.
Over my dead body.
Who are you, and who do you represent?
Who I am is inconsequential. Suffice to say, I am an agent for the Shadow Broker. You see, Admiral Kahoku contacted my employer looking for information on the location of any Cerberus facilities. We provided that information on the promise that he would turn over copies of all files gathered from the Cerberus systems to us.
Did you have anything to do with Admiral Kahoku ending up dead?
We had no reason to harm him. He was going to provide us with information about Cerberus. Information that is now in your possession.
You must have some connection to Cerberus. How else could you tell Kahoku where to find them?
Information is our business, Commander. Through our contacts, we were able to determine that the Cerberus group was active in the Voyager cluster. Unfortunately, that was all we were able to find out. That is why we are so interested in acquiring copies of the files from you.
These are classified Alliance files. I am not handing them over to you.
Be reasonable, Commander. Cerberus was operating outside Alliance jurisdiction. You don't owe them any loyalty. The Alliance is just going to file this information away in some archive. No secret stays hidden forever. Eventually, someone somewhere will deliver it into our hands. Might as well be you. Transmit the files to us and you will be well compensated.
Welcome back to Mass Effect Legendary Edition Control Run. I am Titanium Bird, that's Kendrix Shepard, and thorny questions abound.
What are you gonna do with this information?
Information is a commodity. It can be bought, sold, or traded. Why my employer desires this information is not my concern. I am only the buyer.
I don't know, I don't think I should be dealing with agents of the Shadow Broker. I mean, it's not like I know the Shadow Broker or anything.
My loyalty is to the Alliance, not the Shadow Broker.
That is unfortunate, Commander. My employer will remember this the next time you need something from us.
Yes, I am sure your employer will. And I am sure that when we find out about that, that'll probably be the last time the employer ever sees me. So anyway, as I was saying, we took care of Cerberus last time. Let's just go the fuck to 80s Gamma. I honestly forget that those interruptions happen when you leave certain systems after you do certain things. Or when you go to certain systems after you've done certain things. Alright. The Antea system. We got Ploba, Edmos, Ageko, Treven, and Hunidor. Hunidor, the cigar storage planet. Hunidor is a moderately sized ice world with an extremely thin atmosphere composed of krypton and xenon. You know, now that I think about it, that makes a lot of sense because I recall, I think those are both noble gases, aka non-reactive. Its frozen surface is unusually smooth, suggesting widespread repaving by cryovolcanic processes, though no such activity is currently evident. Orbital period 90.5 Earth years, radius 3,686 kilometers, day length 48.2 Earth hours, atmospheric pressure just a fifth of an Earth atmosphere, surface temperature negative 202 centigrade, surface gravity 0.22, standard gravities. Edmos. Standard hydrogen helium gas giant with traces of methane in its atmosphere. Revan's terraforming is successful. It is expected that a helium-3 fuel refining facility for the system will be set up here. That helium-3 fuel refining facility, that's kind of a bit of a tongue twister. Orbital period 7.8 Earth years, radius 36,826 kilometers, day length 13.7 Earth hours. Survey says hydrogen. Loba. Bloba is the second, and by far larger, of Antaeus' two gas giants. Active scans by survey ships have returned tantalizing indications of massive solid structures deep beneath the atmosphere, too regular in pattern to be natural. Some believe Ploba is a Jupiter brain, a planet-sized supercomputer. Adherents of this theory have fruitlessly beamed signals toward the sunken Let me restart that sentence. Adherents of this Wow. I just cannot talk. I think I'm having a stroke today and not quite aware of it. Adherents of this theory have fruitlessly beamed signals to the sunken megastructures, hoping to get the machine's attention. Others believe that an ancient spacefaring race disposed of their weapons of war by dumping them into the planet. The last attempt to reach and salvage Ploba's deep anomalies went tragically wrong, and ended with a crew of 12 being trapped and crushed in the gas giant's lower atmosphere. Orbital period 20.4 Earth years. Radius 74,221 kilometers. Day length 17.3 Earth hours. Survey says Matriarch Dillanaga. You recovered a strange object orbiting Ploba. Chief Engineer Adams and Tally tried unsuccessfully to determine its origin. They did find one of Matriarch Dillanaga's writings stored within. Ageko. During the initial survey of the Antaeus system, only a single flyby probe was spared for the small, scorched world of Ageko. It revealed a planet unusually rich in heavier elements, given its size. Ageko is a standard terrestrial with a thin atmosphere of krypton and xenon. Its crust is mainly composed of magnesium with deposits of cobalt and other heavy metals. Due to extremely rough crater terrain, starships are discouraged from landing. Orbital period a tenth of an Earth year, radius 2,147 kilometers, day length nearly 60 Earth hours, atmospheric pressure 0.27 Earth atmospheres, surface temperature 346 Celsius, youch, and surface gravity a quarter of the standard G. Last but not least, Trebin. Trebin is a modest terrestrial world with an atmosphere composed of nitrogen and argon. Its surface is mainly composed of nickel, deposits of silver. Trebin's environment is relatively mild, but the scarcity of water or similar enabling substances has prevented the development of any biosphere. Exogeny Corp recently performed a test impact of a single water ice comet into the surface, the first step of a long-term plan to thicken the atmosphere and introduce water to the environment. The survey team is on the surface, monitoring the geological and meteorological effects of the test impact. Most of the water released is still in the form of atmospheric vapor, but thick cloud banks have formed. There is every indication that this arid world will soon see its first. Fuck me, these sentences. The survey's team progress has been hampered by frequent mechanical or computer failures in their GPS satellites. Orbital period 1.1 Earth years, radius 54,889 kilometers, day length 41.8 Earth hours, atmospheric pressure is 0.84 Earth atmospheres, surface temperature 8 Celsius, red shell, surface gravity 0.86 standard gravities. Let's do the thing. Let's take Talizora and Erdnot. Erdnot Rex. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Alright. Tally, you got Carnage and Master Overload. Alright. There's an anomaly way over there. There's a research base that we're looking for over there. There's an anomaly over there, and there's debris over there. Let's make kind of a Z pattern and head for this anomaly over here first. You know, it's an arid planet and there are anomalies on it. How much you want to bet that one of these places has a pressure bomb? If that's the case, we're probably in for a fun day. Yeah, I've got a feeling. I got a feeling that today's gonna be a moth fight. That today's gonna have a moth fight. That today's gonna have a thresher moth fight. Get that debris. Cannot use pro stats. So we adjust. Turian insignia recovered. There are no signs of any survivors. The pond is empty except for a small tattered flag marked with the Niminus colony insignia. Let's go down here and just rip this band-aid off. Yep! Walk without rhythm, and you won't attract the worm. Come on. Gonna hide out for a while, so let's take the time to heal. Good news is, once we're healed up and repair is taken care of, all we have to do is bring the Thresher Maw back out and it'll heal the damage that we've done to it. Well, shit. I had a good plan going there for a while, and then I fucked it up. Story of my life, really. So anyway, let's try that again. I am a great many things. An idiot is among them. Persistent is also among them. We do the same thing I did before, which is we are not proccing thresh them off until after I've done the thing with the probe. And this time, I think I might save before I deal with the Thresher Maw, because I don't want to have to restart this planet all again. Back to Mako. Do a quick save. And now, let's play with fire. Hairs. Hairs down. Go back down. To Thresher Maw, Ladyland. And that is what I wanted to do. Good news is we can repair on the run, so... Repair on the run. Repair on the run. Got shot by globs from the Thresher Maw, and now we're searching everyone while we prepare on the run. Repair on the run. Plutonium. Yeah, give me that radioactive material. Let's just stuff it right into the back of the Mako. We are not worried in the slightest about whether or not we're being irradiated by having it on board the Mako. No. We're not going to go out like Marie Curie here. No. We're too smart for that. Not to say Marie Curie wasn't smart. No, she was really fucking smart. Just, we didn't know all that much, you know, about radiation yet, so, you know. I love hearing that level up sound. So much for those scavengers. The crash probe. Oh, I cannot use my pro stats on this one. There's that orange too deep. Too deep in the weeds. Oh, can't pro strat this one either. Frack. Oh man, I'm getting some bad layouts. There we go. Only took me 3 tries to get one with the pro strats. Let's see what we got here. Advanced throw. Or not Rex. Tally! Did not get anything of note. I got 2 points to spend, and I think that I want to spend it. On medicine. I think I just heard a lot of wind out there. Let's hope that this is not another thresher moth. I'd really hate for that to be the case. Although it would be hilarious. What's worse than 1 thresher moth? 2 thresher moths. What's worse than 2 thresher moths? And wait until the next games. You'll see. This device is transmitting tight beam signals into geosynchronous orbit. This disrupts the survey team's GPS satellites, causing them to crash nearby. Disable that, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. Is there anything we can get from these crashed satellites? No. Well, scheisse. Alright. Let's head for that base. About that base. About that base. No trouble. One side of this mountain is significantly more eroded than the other. Must be a factor of which way the winds come from, really. Whee! Bonk.
It's deserted.
Well, it is in a desert, so yeah, it has been deserted. You can slap me for that later, Rex.
According to these data logs, the survey team unearthed some kind of alien technology.
Could be answers at the excavation site.
Well, that doesn't sound foreboding in the slightest. And by not foreboding in the slightest, I mean completely foreboding. will say this, though. At least we haven't had somebody shooting at us. Yet. Well, you can tell by the way Rex uses his walk. He's a woman's Krogan. No time to talk. Oh, I haven't used Tally in so long. I really need to give her some updates. I do not have any armor for her. Okay, everything's quiet. Too quiet, probably. Oh, fuck me, we're full of husks. Oh, dicks. Oh, dicks.
Team must have unearthed some alien technology that turned them into mindless fanatics.
That's one way of putting it, Tal.
Whatever they found, it's long gone now.
I mean, you could put it that way, Tal. I'm not certain I would. You certainly could. I don't think there's anything else we can do in here. I mean, those doors on the other side are inoperable. Oh, right. I just gotta get close to them and then they'll step forward. Awful. Oh, there's others from there. Well, that accounts for all the Exogeny survey team. They were converted to cybernetic husks by a device similar to those used by the Geth on Eden Prime. They came to be buried on a frontier world so far from Geth territory is a mystery. Gee, I wonder. I wonder. I don't know much about exogeny, or Kendrix doesn't really. I do. Kendrix does not know much about exogeny, but I think she already hates them. There's some shady shit. This is some super shady shit. I don't believe for a moment that exogeny did not know. Well, that's that, leastways. Sentry system stayed in the Hawking edit. I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I want to make a touch of story progress. I think I know where I want to go to do that. Let's head to Novaria. Specifically, the PAX system. PAX used to be kind of a lower tier network. But it's long since gone bye-bye. Let's check these planets here real quick. Velis. Velis is a thin atmosphere of xenon and krypton. There we go again. Most other materials have frozen and fallen as snow. The surface is composed of potassium with deposits of magnesium. While investigating the primitive anaerobic life of Velis, binary helix survey teams discovered a cunningly hidden anchorage of the ancient Krogan warlord Mora. Many records and artifacts of the Krogan rebellions were recovered and sold at auction. The empty base is now abandoned. Orbital distance 24.5 AUs, orbital period 136.3 Earth years, radius 7,547 kilometers, day length 62 Earth hours, atmospheric pressure 0.07 Earth atmospheres, surface temperature negative 220 degrees centigrade, Burr, surface gravity 1.7 standard Gs. Scans of the planet Velis revealed a small abandoned vessel. The salvage team brought the ship on board and dismantled it, whereupon they discovered one of Matriarch Delanaga's writings. Novaria is going to be saved for last. Svarog is a small but typical hydrogen and helium gas giant whose orbit lies quite close to the star. It is unusual for a star with a close orbiting gas giant to have a habitable world. Svarog is Pax's only gas giant, but its temperature, powerful winds, and high orbital velocity make it a poor candidate for helium-3 mining. While Novaria enjoys plentiful deuterium for its fusion plants, it imports all of its helium-3 from out of system. Orbital period 0.2 Earth years, radius 32,285 kilometers, day length 13.4 Earth hours. Morana. Morana is an icy planetoid smaller than Earth's moon. Many planetary geologists suggest it was once an Oort cloud ice dwarf, which migrated inwards after an encounter with some other body. While the crust is frozen water ice, deeper layers are mostly silicates with pockets of magnesium and aluminum. Morana is tidally locked to Pax. The same side always faces the sun. Orbital distance 6.3 AU, orbital period 17.7 Earth years, radius 1,089 kilometers, day length 17.7 Earth years, atmospheric pressure, not to speak of, surface temperature negative 158 degrees Celsius, surface gravity 1/10 of a standard gravitational unit. And last but not least, Novaria. Noveria is a small frozen terrestrial world barely habitable by conventional definitions. It is privately chartered by the Noveria Development Corporation, who lease out labs to perform research too dangerous, or controversial, to be performed elsewhere. Given Noveria's unique situation, it is the source for many wild conspiracy theories, some of which are probably actually true. Colony founded 2163, population 361,400, capital Port Hanshan, orbital distance 0.9 AU, orbital period 0.9 Earth years, radius 5,656 kilometers, day length 52 Earth hours, atmospheric pressure 0.87 Earth atmospheres, surface temperature -1 degree centigrade, surface gravity 0.81 standard G's, and next time we're gonna land here. So, until then, until we meet again, whenever that may be, later y'all.